And I've got a great panel, Bronwyn Bishop, Amanda Stoker and Stephen Conroy. And we're going to cover a whole bunch of non-political topics. I'm going to start with this. The UK's main prosecution service has reportedly raised concerns about freedom of speech. In a statement that was set before the courts, they wrote that it's, quote, no longer appropriate to read parts of the Bible aloud in public. All right, Amanda Stoker, what do you think about this? The biggest selling book in the history of the world, and now you're not allowed to quote from it. Surely something's gone wrong in our world, hasn't it?
Yeah, this is really distressing, and it shows just how disconnected people have become. They don't seem to understand that the overwhelming freedom, the overwhelmingly positive trajectory for people living in peace and less of the kind of adverse behaviours that have otherwise characterised most of human history to this date comes down to the fact that liberal democracy is based on the Judeo-Christian way of thinking. And so to take all the benefits of the Judeo-Christian system and then say you can't anymore read out because it is no longer appropriate, the text that lies at its very foundation is the kind of madness that you get when people don't know their history. This is really bad stuff. And if people don't understand the way that this Judeo-Christian foundation for our society has delivered all of the prosperity and freedom and the equality of opportunity we have come to love and expect and indeed demand in our society, yep, then it's a pretty steep slope to tyranny.
It certainly is, and I notice they're not banning any other or quoting from any other religious texts. I doubt that's going to happen. Hey, Bronwyn, what about this? I was reading today, Broadway's adaptation of The Lion King is now got heads turning, and not for the right reasons. A sign language interpreter there, who works in the studio, happened to be white, and he was reportedly fired due to his skin colour. All right, so this bloke is from a non-profit service. He's now settled his discrimination case outside of the courts. But how outrageous that you lose your job in, the Kings of Diversity court because you've got the wrong skin colour. This is appalling, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And Corey, there are only two philosophies available in the world, collectivism and individualism. And this is what you get when you follow collectivism, which is what socialists do. When you say that you judge a person by the collective to which they belong, and they can be sacrificed to the collective. If you judge and follow individualism, then you judge the person on their merits, whether they're doing the job well, whether they've got the skills to do it, and it doesn't matter whether they're black, brown or brindle or whatever. The fact of the matter is you are judging the person as an individual and not part of the collective. And that's why it's so important to understand the distinction between what socialism offers and what free enterprise and individualism offers. And this is a classic case, and I'm so pleased he took it to the courts. He got bashed up by some people who said, how dare you? But the overwhelming number of people were supporting him for taking action and standing up for themselves. Because this is, again, part of who we are. This is the way our society has been built. And if we want to tear it down, we tear down the pillars, like the Bible, as Amanda was talking about a moment ago. You tear down the pillars that support it. And that's what these people really want to do, tear apart the very fabric and the support so that it will collapse. And the rot starts from within.
They do, and we see it in every aspect of society now.